Okay, so we were going to do Shenmue, but we had four-ish failed recording issue things.
Yeah, before mishaps. Some of them human error,
and
some of them not.
Yeah, so instead we're doing more or less a happy 20th anniversary Resident Evil, starting whenever we can.
So yeah, this has kind of been, it's like an ace in the hole playthrough that we've talked about doing for a while.
It has.
Because, so I really like Resident Evil 4, and we played some Resident Evil games on various channels before. I have never gone through any of the older Resident Evil games. So yeah, I haven't gone 1, 2, 3, or 0, or Code Veronica. None of the old tank control style ones. It's always been something that's on my list, pretty high up there. I've just never gotten around to it.
Yeah, I am most familiar with Resident Evil 1 and 2, originals, or pardon me, director's cut, I should say. But I've played all the other ones. Remake, I never ended up finishing myself, which a lot of people kind of were like surprised to hear when like you go into how much of a fanatic I am of the series. But it was just a matter of things that were happening at the time that I got my hands on a copy that prevented me from really being able to go all the way through it. And then I just never ended up getting back to it. But there's a lot of menu options here.
There is, yeah.
We're just going to end up going into new game.
Options.
Or options, I guess we'll go into that too. Now the question is, do you want it to be hard or do you want it to be normal?
I want it to be, I'm going to put subtitles on. I want it to be the, like, average difficulty. I want the base level. Okay. I don't want it, like, harder than it's intended to be on a first playthrough. I want it to be, like, what you would expect to do going in the first time.
Then you're going to need to play as Jill.
If there's like a modern, like, easy mode, I don't want to do that.
Okay, there's a couple things they did changes to with this. One of which was they did an overhaul of controls you can choose from. You can do the classic tank control, or you can do a newfangled control.
I kind of want to do the tank controls.
I would recommend the tank controls anyway, because I don't want to try and
figure out the new ones.
Exactly.
Resident Evil.
And you will need to start as Jill, because Chris is literally hard mode. You're going to want to do with wide, do original, and subtitles on.
Okay.
And this is... I don't remember this very well, but...
How do you like your games? I like climbing a mountain, fulfilling, but takes a lot of work. Like going on a hike, good exercise, but not too strenuous. Like taking a walk, you can relax and enjoy yourself. What's like the fourth option where Dark Souls, I like climbing a mountain with no equipment, and there's a guy trying to knock me off.
That's not a wrong analogy in any way.
I think this seems like it's going for difficulty.
It is.
I want to go for the first one.
You are asking for a world of hurt.
Is that like nightmare mode or anything?
I feel like this is new because it's been so long since I even touched Remake originally.
Because I'll put it like this: I want like as close to original difficulty as possible. So I don't want like hard mode as the old games, but I want modern day hard mode.
You want modern day? Are you for real?
So like when I mean modern hard day mode, I mean like for the average game. Because like, is this difficulty as for a game made in 2016, or is this difficulty as for a game made in 1997?
This is difficulty as for a game made in the era where Capcom did this thing where they like to adjust difficulty for American audiences to make it harder to prevent children
I'm talking
from
about this questionnaire in particular. Like the difficulty settings for this game that we're playing right now, like the remake. So
honestly, just do 2. I mean, that's your best bet.
I have approved to go on a hike.
And then do Jill, because... And that's one of the cool things I liked. They added alternate costumes.
They added the BSA. I'm doing the original.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. But here's the thing: if you choose Chris, unless they changed it, you start without a gun.
Yeah.
So, and that was the big thing was like between Chris and Jill was Chris dropped his gun.
Yeah.
So he had to find one in the mansion. So he started with a knife. That was bullshit. So I don't ever recommend doing that.
And I'll be honest. So while I have not played this game, I am quite knowledgeable of the story of Resident Evil.
Searching for the helicopter of our
well, I mean, that part was gonna be really loud. I'm sorry.
Disappeared.
But a lot of people are, and I still wanna. I don't like Anderson, and
Bizarre
I think
murder
Capcom's
cases
stupid
have recently occurred
I have
in
to
Raccoon
mention
City.
this and do it here
There are
because it's the
outlandish
most appropriate time
reports
to
of
do it in any
families being
video
attacked
is
by a group of about 10 people.
when the first Resident Evil movie was being
Victims
in
were
development.
apparently Eaten.
there were two directors that
Bravo
had
team
done
was sent in
also
to
written
investigate.
and pitched
But
for
we lost
the
contact.
Look, Chris.
film. Paul Anderson, who we
And W.S.
Bravo
Anderson.
team's
Yeah, Paul
helicopter
W.S.
was
Anderson.
derelict.
No, Paul Anderson, and who's the guy who makes all the who like the artsy indie stuff?
Oh
Grand Budapest Hotel.
Safe
They have
with
like the same
remaining
fucking
body
name.
Of Kevin.
God, I don't
There's
even.
I think it's Paul S. Anderson and Paul W.S. Anderson.
Yeah.
And they couldn't be more different.
Yeah, W.S. Anderson's the one who actually got the rights, which
We
is
continued our
garbage
search for
because
the
Hey, I bet
members.
that guy's on the level right there.
because
And it
Nothing
turned
suspicious
into
about him.
I found the original script presented by the other guy who pitched.
Yeah.
That would be George A. Romero,
Yeah.
the man behind the most whatever zombie films ever, the father of why this kind of thing exists. And I read the script. The script is actually like 60 to 70% accurate to this game.
The first movie came out in like 99,
2002.
2000. Okay.
It's like 2001, I believe, actually. But
That was one of those specific eras of movies. Like the first time I watched that, like somebody gave me a copy DVD of that.
right.
Yeah. And that's like very telling of the time that movie came out.
This is David, by the way. Like our David. Like David Marshall. And I say that because I did a live action fan film thing of this, like, not too long after we got out of high school. And, like, we more or less made this scene. we duplicated as many of the cutscenes as we could and did the filler stuff where we needed to. And this was a big baseline for us, was using these scenes.
Hey, it's those dogs.
Is that dog? You know, the one that'll save us in Resident Evil 4? Of course, we didn't have any animals to do this with, so we didn't.
Yeah, you didn't shoot any dogs.
Nope. But we did have this scene here, more or less, without that. Come on, kill the other people. We didn't have a helicopter either, clearly. Yeah, Brad, you pansy-ass bastard.
Chris, this way.
But this scene, I made a point to put in there. That whole running past and gunfire thing. Because I really liked that shot. That was a really good lead up, showing that Mary has this. That feels like reused stock
dogs.
footage right there. Like they used the same shot multiple times.
Enter the survival horror.
Yes. And the loading screen.
Didn't they do a thing in this game where, if I'm remembering this correctly, it doesn't actually need to load the areas, but you can keep the loading screens in where it opens the door?
Yeah.
There are only 3 stars members
And they
left
did that
now.
because
Captain
the
Wesker,
door thing
Barry,
was
and myself.
simultaneously tension
don't know
building.
So is
where
Chris
Chris
not...
is.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, we don't know where Chris is. If you play as Chris, though,
What
Barry's the
is
one
this
missing.
place?
If I remember
Not
right.
quite your
And
ordinary
that was kind of
house,
what I played off
that's
of
for sure.
when we were doing our live
Yeah.
action thing,
Hey,
was
Whisker,
because, hey,
where's
it makes
Chris?
more sense for the story purposes.
Jill, no. You don't want to go back out there.
But we've got to find...
What was that?
Chris?
No.
Jill,
the whole idea is
go
that
and
he-
investigate.
Got in first.
I'm going
found
with
the
her.
Yeah.
Chris and
Look at
I
that
go back a
fucking python,
long way.
All right. You two go. I'll secure this area.
I'll hang out in the
Stay
lobby.
sharp.
It's a huge door handle. But yeah, no, they totally made it so you could remove the loading times. 'Cause the whole thing was tension building and to mask loading.
Well, yeah, with the loading thing.
And you can take that out if you want, or leave it in.
I think I'll leave it in.
I like leaving it in personally. I think it helps the
A
overall
dining
experience.
room.
Now look at that, how that was rendered in engine, because the ink ribbon was still flashing right there. That was really good. God, the controversy this game had, like in the HD, because of the boob jiggle.
Okay, so I gotta figure out my controls. So yeah, obviously I have tank controls.
Down. Okay, so what's
I got that.
what's your sprint button? Is it X, or is it square? Okay, so
Square.
down and square should turn you around immediately. Yeah. So it's a quick 180 turn.
Oh, and I was using the D-pad.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, actually, I think the D-pad kind of feels better.
Yeah, for tank controls, the D-pad is the best because you actually can
I think
tell
you'd
where
better
you're
take a
pressing
look
more
at
directly.
this.
Yeah.
What is it?
I'm probably gonna guess left trigger to ready,
Blood.
right trigger to fire.
Actually, I think
Jill,
it might be right trigger to ready.
see
and
if you
then,
can find any
the
other
square button to
clues.
fire.
Okay.
I'll be examining this.
However, I don't recommend you
just
test
hope
that
it's not
anytime
Chris's.
soon.
Is this Chris's blood?
Let's just hope it's not Chris's. You'll get that panel, I believe, in the fire later. So yeah, go through this door and go left. If you have the option to move, which it may just be a cutscene for all I remember. Yeah, so left.
Oh, what about this way?
Okay.
Hello, elevator. You don't look ominous.
Eventually.
Let's see, actually. I'll just check. Okay, R2 is map, R1 attack, L1 aim, R1 attack.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you gotta go straight down here.
There we go.
Well, since you know, now we don't have to test it. Okay, so what you do here is you watch this man get eaten, and then you go back to where Barry is. You can totally kill him here yourself and waste all the bullets you want, but when you go back through the door to Barry, he's alive again and follows you for a cutscene. So just go through that door, and it automatically kills it. It automatically does the thing for you, even if you did it yourself manually.
Barry!
What is it?
Look out! It's a monster!
Let me take care of it.
I like the conceit that in zombie fiction realities,
What the
zombies
hell is
don't
this
exist.
thing?
Like
Yeah,
in
they-
fiction,
found
Like, they don't refer to them
Killed by
as
this
zombies. Yeah, they
thing.
just call it a monster, not
Let's
knowing
report
what
this
it
to
is or what's
Wesker.
going on.
oh no, it killed Kenneth. I was so attached to Kenneth.
So yeah, now you go back out to the main lobby because you're supposed to be reporting to Wesker, who's supposed to be waiting there. Clock.
Hey Wesker, we found this thing I bet you totally didn't know about.
The door closed. Quote unquote.
Wesker! Jill, help me look for him. But let's not leave this hall.
Good idea.
This is gonna sound really dumb, but try to open the front door. Try it again. Try again. No? Okay, not yet then. Cool. Run behind the stairs. And then you've checked the hall. It's a really neat area.
Yeah, no, this game looks great still.
Yeah.
I
There, you
can't
checked the area.
imagine if I fucking played this
Barry.
game like when it
Any
came
luck,
out, like
Jill?
Remake when it
No,
came out, like how
nothing.
fucking good that would have
What's
looked.
going on around
still
here?
looks really
I
good.
can't
Yeah,
figure
I mean
it
it
out.
still looks good to this day, but I'm
Here.
saying like
Chris
how good
and
would this
now
have looked in like
Wesker.
what 2002?
Oh,
There's
it
not
was
much we can
godlike
do.
Yeah.
back in
We can
2002.
search
There
for
was
him
no
separate.
comparisons. I mean,
I'll
it was the
investigate
best
the
looking
dining
thing
room
that
again.
existed on console.
Okay then,
Period.
I'll
End
try
of
the door on
discussion.
the other
I mean,
side.
This mansion is gigantic.
Because,
We could
like,
easily
I don't
get
think
lost.
they retextured
Let's
the
start from the
actual
first
character
floor.
models,
Yeah.
Okay.
but
Oh,
a lot of the
almost
actual, like,
forgot.
still background stuff they
It's
did
a
retexture, I
lockpick.
believe.
You'd make better
And that's
use of
because, like, literally, because there was no 3D, normal 3D modeling in the environments, they could
Thanks.
put
I
all
may
of their
need it.
processing and
Listen.
polygon rendering into the
it.
character
Something
models.
happens.
Don't
Let's meet
they,
up in this hall.
Because
Got
doesn't
it?
each character get like a special
Okay.
item? Joe gets a lockpick.
Yes. And what was Chris? Chris, I think. Does Chris have a lighter? Something like that? Oh, go to the front door. I hope it's still in here. Yep. Oh no, this is different.
Damn it, Brandon! God damn it!
This button mash, yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, sorry.
Thanks, Brandon.
My memory must be from the original, which is you're trying to open the door and the dog like jumps towards the door and you slam it onto the
Yeah.
head. I didn't think it would just like jump
Let
into
the,
the
They
room.
think it would let the dog in the room, yeah?
Nope. Whoops. Sorry about that.
Well, I got to use some ammo, and I got to shoot at the doggo.
Yeah. Oh, I love this room. Love this room and hate this room.
Oh, hello. I can get up on top of you.
Yeah, you need to technically push it out of the way. And then I think you can, yeah, push it just far enough to where you can get behind it, and then push it outwards towards the.
God damn it.
Good job.
It'll take me a while. It'll probably take me a bit to get used to the controls.
Yeah.
Okay, so there we go.
That should be. So there's gonna be a thing you're gonna need to do. Once you're done in here, you're gonna need to run out and block off this hallway with that same dresser door if you can.
Okay.
See that dagger? You took the dagger. Basically, it's telling you can press a button when you're grabbed,
Okay.
and it'll let you use defensive weapons should you have them. And I believe you have to equip the defensive weapon, which in this game it's L2 versus just the left trigger.
So it's equipped.
It's already equipped. Cool. And Jill can get stun thing batteries. Chris can get flash grenades.
Yeah.
So this is why I say you're going to want to block off the area, because if and when you get past him, look, there you go. Just run past him, and now you can just block him off.
So,
Other way. There you go.
ah, fuck. If I can do it in time.
Come on, Woody. There you go. Nailed it.
Ha! I beat you.
So, yeah.
Ha ha!
Now, the thing I don't like about this is, aside from the fact they say shoot him in the head,
Yeah.
well, you stabbed a knife through his skull, he should be dead, is that if you kill him, you can't just go and pick the knife up.
Oh yeah.
That really irks me, personally. But, you know, an emblem of a sword is carved. So let's go search for that, while he stands there and does nothing. In the next video,